Well, good morning, and it is time for Wednesday Wellness. Welcome in. Did you know that Wednesday Wellness is all about checking into yourself? And just in case you want to know, Vibe Talk Facing the Lion Healing Center has Wednesday workshop. Come schedule your appointment and learn all about self checking in with your emotional and mental health. We're here for you. Boy, what a beautiful, beautiful way to wake up and start your day. Good morning to you. Today's session is Wellness Wednesday. Come on board. Boy, are we going to have some fun today in a very healthy way. You may ask, why do we do it? I'm going to tell you why we do it. So that you and I can keep up with our own well-being. What has that been like for you? Good morning, Trish. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well today.
Glad to hear it. So onboarding is all about checking into you. And we have something that I thought would be well. You can use it for bingo. You can use it just as a self-check onboarding to put it up somewhere where you can see if you're following these things. I want to start with the first thing. How many of us light candles just for the ambience? Anybody? Just for the ambience. They have all different kind of smells.
I do.
You do? What's your smell, and when do you find that it's most idealistic for you to light that candle?
Usually I like a cinnamon kind of smell, or ginger kind of smell. And I think I would most prefer to light it late, like in the afternoon, like 5:30, 4:30, or at night. It sets the mood to a warm mood in a calming space.
Yeah, yeah. Mine is always in the morning or when I'm having a really busy day, and oftentimes do I do it while I am in the office. Gives it an ambience. And when you've lit that candle, how do you guys feel? My favorite scent is always a pumpkin spice. I don't like anything that's too perfumey, but I like things that are basically sweet smelling. Like right now I have lit a black cherry. It actually was given to me, and I think it brings for me calmness. How about the rest of you? You can, if you're onboarding with us today for our Wednesday Wellness Workshop, you can put it in the comments what your favorite candle scent is, and if you have recommendations, or if you just want to send one to us. 1317 East Palmdale Boulevard, Suite 18, Palmdale, California, 93535. That's where we're at. I love candles. The next thing, Trish, do you have your board or no? It's okay if you don't.
I don't have mine right now.
No worries. So, what about when we are sitting in silence? What is your go-to thoughts? For me, it's reflective on what is before me, what is present. I might then intake the birds that are singing. Sometimes we don't notice that. Did you guys know that? Sometimes we are not aware of things. By the way, this is just a checklist for yourself. Because what do we do on Wednesday? We're checking into ourselves. So, what is your go-to thought, Trish?
When I'm sitting in silence, my go-to thought is basically planning what I'm going to do next, or just reflecting on what happened like before in that day. And also, when I don't want to reflect or think about what's going on next, I usually just take time to think about what I'd like to do, something that takes me to a positive space in my mind. So that's what I do when I'm in my silence.
Ooh, I love that. If you were doing that, would you unboard yourself and give yourself a checklist? A checklist. And you can make one of these boards yourself. This is just the one that I liked and I revised it. So I did like it. Social media. Does social media drain you or does it add to your mental and emotional health? For me, it's just going to depend on what I'm looking at. If I'm looking at other people's drama, which I don't like to do, I like to have positive. I've stayed away from it because I'm in this line of work. I don't so much as to put my personal life. Just got to be careful with that. And you want to live your life as I do, I say, and I'm talking to me, that the less you know about my personal and private life, the better off you are. That's regardless of if you are friend or foe. And I have friends and family on my personal thing. What about you, Trish? How are you doing with social media?
Well, social media can be two sides of the pie. It can be positive and negative for me. And usually when it gets negative, I turn that off and do something else, like read a book or something. And I also remove something that's negative, and it will change your feed. It will change your For You page and what will pop up for you. So I change my page that something pops up and that's negative. So that's how I switch the negative to a positive when I'm looking at social media. So yeah, and I'm an artist, so I use social media, but it can be negative and positive sometimes.
And I like what my co-host said. Trish, I love that. It's very profound. That if you find that if it's something negative, are you that person that changes it, makes adaptation? Or do you like to stay in the drama and then ask yourself, how do you feel? And then she said something else, because she is an artist. Guess what? She has to use social media. And that's what I like to do, is for the business, use it so much. My personal page becomes where it keeps me in touch with the family, those who are positive to me. Anything that is negative, I'm not going to read it. And I don't need 550,000 friends, because all that's going to come up in your feed. And I choose not to follow that. Now, you can be your own person, but let me ask you, on this Wednesday Wellness, is that good for you? Sometimes there are days where I'm just feeling a little burnt out. How many of you feel that way?
I felt that yesterday.
Did you feel that yesterday? You want to tell us about it? This is Vibe Talk Facing the Lion on board. Go ahead.
Yes, I will tell you guys about it. So yesterday I was at work and I was teaching music, and I felt very burnt out after the first class because they were so energetic. Everyone wants to turn, everyone wants to touch the tambourines and the drums and everything, and I felt like everything was out of order from how my planner was looking, and it just burned me out. And I didn't have energy for the next class, but I felt I needed to find the last bit of energy that I had for the next class. And I did. I'm so grateful that I did. And the last class, they were a bit less energetic. They're engaged in what I was teaching. But yeah, I was burnt out and I had a long sleep last night because I had a migraine after yesterday. But yeah, that was me.
Great. Love to hear that. Are you guys finding that when you're feeling burnt out, do you know what that even means? And do you acknowledge it? Because our well-being is always to become aware of how we're feeling. We get into our feelings here, and it's important. It absolutely does put you in a place where you're not dismissing yourself. When I'm feeling burnt out, if I'm not needing to go to sleep, I take a break. And sometimes my breaks are Thursday if I'm not, even if I'm doing a podcast or we are doing a podcast live, I need to take a break. So what do? I like the thing with the popcorn here. If we actually have a chart, and I just sent it to Trish because I like the way that what we were talking about, you can look at it. If you go on our YouTube page, you're going to be able to see it. Okay? But for me, sometimes I just want to watch a movie or two. And I remember that I watched two really good movies. And in fact, I have a popcorn can just so that when I want to watch a movie, I already have popcorn and I refresh it from time to time uh, when it needs to be. But just being able to take a pause does a body good. My movies usually consist of uh, a rom-com, romantic comedy, a funny comedy, or and much of the time it's going to be free from stress. I do like drama in movies, but I will go to a rom-com, which people out there call it what? A chick flick. So that's my go-to. Trish, did I already ask you what your go-to was when you just needed that pause?
No, you didn't.
We want to hear from you. And everybody who's out there, want to hear from you as well.
So, my go-to for when I need that pause is I also like rom-coms. My favorite is music and lyrics. That's my favorite. It's about music and it's funny and it's about romance. That's just
That's
awesome
all.
to me. Yeah. So I love that movie very much. And also, my go-to is music. I love music. And so when I feel a certain kind of way and I need that pause, I make some pausing music for me, some calming music. I just need to touch the piano, make some soft tunes, some soft beats, and that's my go-to.
I love that. You too can be on board with us today. Affirmations. Just in case you all didn't hear, on our Friday group sessions, we just did something on affirmations. I just want to say that I'm not a person that just wants you to be repeating affirmations for the sake of affirmations, affirming something that is positive about yourself, being able to speak into yourself, I believe is a real thing. I want you to think about being intentional, doing things intentionally, like being positive with yourself. So, how many of you have an affirmation? I have one. I am, with a period. I am. What's your affirmation, Trish, for today?
My affirmation for today is you got this. That's
I
my affirmation.
love it. I love it. So what we're going to do is put ours in the comment below. You guys ready? We're going to do it below. And anybody that is listening to this, I want you to think intentionally and speak unto yourself. And I want you to be able to say, what is your affirmation? Ready? Trish, if you can, write yours. And we're taking a pause for a moment. Yeah, that part. See, when you say an affirmation, what I like to teach in my workshop, Wednesday Wellness Workshop, and Trish, you can put yours there if you'd like. I love it, love it, love it. Love that. I pinned that, Trish, because I like that one so well. Is being able to speak within yourself. Speaking well revitalizes your well-being. Because oftentimes what we do, we wait for others to tell us, I am. And whatever they feel that with, we wait for them to uplift us with that. Or we wait for someone to say, you got this. But when we're able to say it to ourselves, I want you to inhale and exhale one time. It de-stresses us when we can talk with confidence within ourselves. What are you waiting for? Nature. I love nature. I love the beach. Not so much hiking, because I don't want the bears to get me and the lions and the tigers. Oh my. That doesn't sound familiar. I love nature. What is your go-to for nature? I love the aquariums. I love beaches. I do that kind of things. Just what do you do for your nature to feed your naturistic self, if you're that?
That is me. And what I do for that is I would go outside and listen to the birds. Sometimes I sit on the porch and hear like the birds, the squirrels, and I heard a woodpecker, I think 2 weeks ago, and that was just so amazing. While I was recording Trisha's Treasures, I thought that was so awesome.
Yeah.
And what I do is also I go by the tree in our yard and I look for plants I haven't seen before, because there's always something that I've never seen before on the tree, and I look for something that I haven't seen. So that's what I do for my naturistic feeling for me.
I love that. I love that. So when I'm at the beach, and so why don't you guys, if you're living around beaches or lakes or ponds, try it. Even if you've never tried it before, try it. Because it brings you that sense of stillness, if you will. Being still. We use that word quite often. What do we say? Sit still. Be still. Stop moving. Be quiet. Do we take that in for ourselves? Because we're so busy telling others. And sometimes we need to tell our brain, shh. How many of you have ever used the word, I can't, or the sentence, I just can't turn my brain off? I just can't. I used to have problems with that. Anybody have any problems with your brain just won't shut off?
I have.
How did that work for you?
It's tiresome because sometimes it happens at night where you feel restless and your mind is just going in different directions, thinking about a lot of things, and it's racing, and you just want it to rest and for you to rest. So that's how it was. I felt like that 2 days ago.
Yeah. You see the identity that Trisha's making to identify, become aware? Wanda Sykes had a comedy bit about uh, the brain that wouldn't turn off. And it was humorous, but it was very true. You know, you're thinking about something, you're laying there, you're thinking about something, and your brain doesn't shut off, but it counts sheep. The list goes on and on. And by the time you think about it, you wasted a whole night. And how do you feel in the morning? Tired, agitated. Not good for the body. And we all do it. We all do it. And if you have not had a night where you were restless because your brain just wouldn't shut off, I'd like to meet you. Wouldn't you, Trish?
Yes, I would.
Yeah. So, you want to go on a date. And I know when I say this, you all are going to say, well, that's strange. But how many of you have ever taken yourself on a date solo? Not because you couldn't find anybody. This is not what we're talking about. Because some of us have to go places and have an entourage. We don't know how to be our individual selves and do something by ourselves. How many of you have taken yourself to lunch or to breakfast? Anybody ever done that? Or even to get an ice cream or a milkshake? I've done that. And I'm going to tell you what is good about it. What it was teaching me is that it's okay to tell myself I'd like to go to lunch. Because I come from where I've dated men and they say, let's go to dinner or let's do this or let's do that. When do you find the time to do it for yourself? What has your health been like, your emotional health? And what's it been like? And I took myself to lunch. It's been about a month ago, maybe a little over a month. And I just enjoyed just eating and just being able to sit and enjoy my food. Any of you ever done that?
I have.
What was that experience like for you?
I actually did that a week ago because I just got paid. So last week I was like, let me reward myself. Let me do something for me. And I bought myself some lunch, and after work it was just chef's kiss. I was like, yes, I'm eating my Hardee's burger with a chocolate milkshake
Mm-hmm.
and my fries. And so I just enjoyed that in a spicy chicken sandwich. So I
Yeah.
enjoyed that, and yeah, that was something I did for myself. I would definitely do it again. I won't rain check that. So yeah.
I love that. Trish, thank you so much. And you know why I love that, Trish? Because you said something that we don't see it as. We don't see it as rewarding ourselves. And until you said that, it sparked something in me. Because you are. You work hard. You just started your teaching job. And believe me, when you work so hard, especially when you work around children, and trust me, I came from that, educating children. And I'll tell you what, you deserve to be able to reward yourself. Try it. Because I know that some of you are saying, Miss Nisi, that hits below the belt. It's like, oh, I can't get a date, or I can't do this. That's not what I'm saying. Why wait to be present and be able to just enjoy your meal? I see people do it all the time. You know, it's not. You know, one time I had a situation where I was eating my lunch. I'm just eating my lunch, not bothering anybody, just in the present moment. And you want to just be alone. I didn't realize anybody was watching me, but the man came over. I'd like to buy you lunch. And you already know what that is, you know, and there is a thing of people just wanting to be nice. Nice, too. But he paid for my lunch. And I was hoping, oh God, I don't really want company right now because I just kind of needed to just take a breather. So if you aren't doing that, reward yourself. How many of you have celebrated your small wins or celebrated a win in your life? And we're talking about win, W-I-N. And then the question that I'm asking you is W-H-E-N. When was the last time you celebrated something that happened to you? You see how we're checking in? We're getting on board. We're getting on board. And today's song is by Gladys Knight and the Pips, Love Overboard. We're getting in touch with our feelings. Why? Because as the saying goes, get well, be well, and stay well. Celebrating a small win, something that you're extremely proud of, and you say, I'm going to reward myself. Or I am so proud of myself. You know what makes me proud? When I work hard and I can see the production of my work. Nobody else has to see it. Nobody else has to tell me. I just know it. When you do something and you've achieved it and you've done it at your best, celebrate those times. Don't wait for anyone else to celebrate that. Because if it's happening to you and it feels like a win, learn to honor and acknowledge that. When is that time? The next time that it happens. We always answer in Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast and Healing Center. What, when, where, and how. When we think about calming music, how does that fit into your life? Trish, I want to hear from you because you are the music expert.
Well, how that fits into my life is, for one, it helps me go to sleep when I'm restless. Just listening to that, it just helps me have a nice sleep. And also, calming music, it's a good listen to when you don't want to hear the loud music per se. You don't want to hear the loud, passionate music. You just want to hear the calm music that makes you feel like you're at the beach. It makes you feel like you're in the rainforest looking at the blue jays and the butterflies and all the exotic animals, like that kind of music that makes you feel like you're there. And I that's one reason why I started making calming music. I'm so grateful for the relaxation session because without that, I wouldn't tune into my calm music making nature. But after that, after I started making loops for that, it helped me like see what kind of it helped me tap into my calm music artistry. So that's what calm music does for me.
I love that. Thank you so much. And I'm glad that you mentioned the relaxation center because you get a sensory of that. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that it's not my first rodeo where I'm just, wow, this is a brand new idea. Somebody has thought about it. Can I just say that to you? Someone has thought about it, and I want you to understand and believe me when I tell you not only has the healing center been a great idea, but to add the relaxation center, and that is one of our things that we do. That is what we do. Thank you, Trish, for bringing that up. Because when I listen to your music, Trish, I get that. I like to listen to it. I like to feel what I'm listening to. And that's why it's so important, ladies and gentlemen. You are taking in whatever you're taking in. Trish mentioned about music, listening to music when you go to sleep. What kind of music are you listening to? Because it's your choice, and we teach you the we teach you what you get from your your choices. If you're listening to the uh, any type of music, how is it benefiting you mentally? Um, it's so important that we understand how we must do this. Uh, uh, Doing something right now so that you guys can hear something. I want you to be able to appreciate um, the Healing Center. It is officially open, and we're still preparing things. Um, I have a vision. Trish, you already know what that vision is of how I want it to look, and we're working toward it. So just know that it is there. Okay? Um, Let me play something for you. Yeah. How many of you feel better in just those few seconds of the sensory of hearing what you just heard? Anybody feel better?
I do.
Where did it take you to when you think about your your body and your connection to your physical body. Where did that take you to, Trish?
It took me to a calming place in the physical part, and it made me feel at peace, and also made me want to like keep on listening. It like made my ears expand. I want to hear more as well. And it also made me feel like spring is starting. That's what it made me feel like.
See, music has an effect on our well-being, and that's why Trish and I, thank you for that, Trish. Trish and I came up with the idea, okay, we have a healing center now. What kind of things do we want to put in there? Trish, you are amazing that you help this vision come to be. Not only making loops for it, but being able to do exactly what you said. You don't just get a few seconds. I just teased you guys with that. But you can actually come to the listening center and you can put your headphones on and maybe you just need 10 minutes of quiet. Maybe you just need to get a paper done. Or maybe you've worked hard at an assignment at work. You can come down to the healing center and get in the workshop for 45 minutes and feel the real difference of the calming and the serenity. You're going to get to feel all of those things of sensory. We talked about lit candles. You'll have that. You'll have the music. And you'll have the peace and serenity of just being able to breathe. You see? So a lot of us are walking around, and you know what happens with us? We are feeling the pressure. We are not reminding ourselves to just breathe. Try it with me one more time. So we have a healing center. Here's one. I like the fact that wearing what makes you feel good. How many times has somebody said, "You look really cute. You look awesome. That is an awesome thing you're wearing." Has anybody ever told you that?
Yes.
What was that experience like for your well-being?
It made me feel happy because I didn't expect that to happen. Because I'm not accustomed to people saying, "Oh, I like that outfit," or "Oh, that looks nice." So it kind of stunned me, but I really appreciated that. It made me feel appreciated.
Love that. Love that, Trish, so much. Something that, if you're listening, that I want to remind you guys of is when you wear something, I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to be able to say how you feel about what you've chosen to wear. And this isn't a who cares because I want to wear what I like to wear, because we all should wear what we like to wear. But are we feeling good in that outfit? It is important for all of us to go to something we're comfortable in. Some days I like my sweats and my Mickey Mouse tees, while other days I might put on a really cute dress just to wear, not going anywhere specifically, but a nice, comfortable, relaxed dress. I have one. I have two like that. And no matter how anybody else feels about it, it's about what it makes me feel like. You know, going back to the mirror, we do mirror talks, but the next time you look at yourself in the mirror, ask yourself, how do I feel about my go-to clothes? Because some of you are telling signs about your well-being. Some of you are telling the signs of, I don't care what I look like today. I feel chaos today. I'm uncertain of who I am, and that's why I'm wearing this. I'm me, but I want to look like them. Or, I like what I have on today. And regardless of anybody saying to me, I look nice, I feel nice. I feel nice because this is what I chose to wear, and it looks beautiful, or it looks nice. I'm comfortable. Everyone get that? That our well-being is important. I want to talk about another thing. How many of us like to take long hot showers or baths? Anybody?
I do.
Me. Trish, I'm going to come back to you. Thank you for that. But I want you guys to get this when you're doing that. My mom, she always reminds me, and she's been doing this since I could remember. She says, even now, don't make the water too hot. Don't make the water too hot. And she reminds me, because when you make the water so hot, it slows down your heart rate. And that is a really known fact, guys. Okay? But when I'm taking, and I'll tell you my experience, because this is just some food for thought, ladies and gentlemen. And we want to say a special thank you to Italy, who has now joined us. A percentage of you have found us. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. It's like I've never been to Italy ever in my life. And Italy found us. Thank you. It means so much. But when you're taking that bath, you can take a hot bath. That's not what I'm saying. But are you relaxing? Not just being clean, but relaxing. Sometimes we might need what is time to just take it all in. Bubble baths. If anybody's ever taken a bubble bath, it's refreshing. Just to spend 5 minutes. You know, we think about emotional cleansing, we think about mental cleansing, and everybody has a way. If I pass a list around, everybody would put something on that list. But we're talking about a cleansing of a different kind. A cleansing of starting over. That's what showers and baths do for me. Not only does it relax me, but it makes me think about starting over, refreshing myself. And body soaps and things like that. I go to bath bed and bath, or excuse me, Body Works. I go there and I go crazy because I love scent, and I love the kind of scent that smells so good that people have actually told me, you smell good. Why do you smell like a uh, vanilla or whatever the scent is I'm wearing? You know, they have um, deodorant sprays, body sprays. If you've not tried it, it's for men too. You men are just as important because we live in a fast world, but intake the bath or shower. How about you, Trish? How does that make you feel, the long showers or baths?
It makes me feel relaxed because, especially if I had a long day, it makes me feel very relaxed. And it's just something about the steam, right? The steam when you're taking the shower, and it's just so relaxing, and it opens your pores on your face and your body, and then you feel the calmness and cleanliness of that. And also, when I'm like taking my shower, I put on some music and just singing as well in the shower. That's me. I'm a shower singer and also a real singer.
Yes.
So I do that, and it just makes me feel ready as well when I go to bed. It really makes me feel ready for the next day because just like taking the time off, it's like a time off as well. You're washing off all the stress, all the irritation, all the anger that you had on that day, and you're just like, okay, I'm ready to relax and I'm ready to get up and restart my day. That's how it makes me feel.
Thank you for that. What we want is to have you guys be interactive with us. Wednesday Wellness, as we've told you what it's all about, it's a workshop day. You can come, you can schedule an appointment, and you can experience the calming that we're talking about. Um, there's no shower or bath, and for safety purposes, we're not going to offer you that just because we just don't do that. But we can offer you what is calming to you. That is uh, expectation of what a relaxation center should be. We've tried it and we love it, don't we, Trish? We've tried it. And if you care to donate toward that, be our guest. We have our QR code on our page. Um, and I want to talk to you about that because there's so many scams out there. If it is not from us, don't do it. Um, and if you're curious, call me 1-888-721-9260, or you can call and text directly 661-795-0475. But you can willingly support our healing center because that's what you'll see. You will get aroma sensory, you will get uh, relaxation, and even if you want no noise but to relax for the 45 minutes to an hour, you'll be allowed to do that. You say, wow, they actually have something like that? Yes, we do. By appointment. Let us know. Our Wednesday wellness has grown because we always talked about things on Wednesday that have to do with the mind body, your your being able to get well, stay well, be well. You're welling yourself. The workshop just goes into how to do that. And we want you to be able to tell others as well. We are going to be right back in just a moment. We'll be right back. Stay tuned with our workshop, Wednesday Wellness, on board. Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast and Healing Center is brought to you by the Healing Center. Our Healing Center is for your well being, checking into yourself and learning self care while you may relax and hear beautiful music. You may understand aromatherapy and also experience what it's like to have the body rest. Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast and Healing Center welcomes you. We're back with Trisha's Treasures.
So this episode, I really adore this episode. This is one of my favorites for Wednesday Wellness. I'm so glad I'm here this time. I've been working, so I'm happy to be here for this one. And it's very insightful, and it makes me think about how I can relax in the time of when I'm in distress. And I got me a journal. It's orange. It has like leaves and pink leaves and red leaves on it. It's like a fall journal, but I'm gonna use it because in the times of distress, I love to write. I love to write things down. That's one of the things on the bingo board, writing in a journal. So I can X that one because I do that. And I just love doing that because and also drawing in my journal as well because sometimes I don't know what to say. So I just draw how I feel. And I just I still have my old journal of the things that I didn't necessarily know what to say, but I drew in it and I understood it. I understand what I meant by it, and that's an important thing for me, for my personal well-being, to understand how I feel and what I mean when I say something or when I describe something. Me understanding how I feel. And that goes first before others understand you. And I learned that in a very profound way. So, as an educator, I've learned to do that and take time, step back, have time to myself, use that planning period for the time for myself because guys, I'm telling you right now, the planning period, it's a blessing. It's a gift. When you're a teacher. That planning period is it's amazing. And the lunch period as well. Sometimes you need both of those. And I needed that when I was Teaching middle schoolers. I've had sixth, seventh, and eighth graders in one class, and I'm telling you that planning period was good for my well-being. It helped me get my mind together. It helped me plan, and it helped me structure myself as well mentally. And I hope you guys have time. Take that time for yourself where you don't it's not called a planning period for you per se, but it can be a time, quality time for you, a time of silence, a time to plan where you want to be, a time to plan your next time when you want to take yourself on a quality time date, just go shopping, drink your favorite drink, um, buy your favorite food that you haven't had in a while, those sorts of things. And it's very good to have that time because as an educator, like I said, planning periods and lunchtime is it's amazing. I'm so grateful for those times because it gives me time for silence and a time to recollect myself and to start off fresh with the next class and have a clear mind and a calm mind. So, in closing of this Trisha's Treasures, I hope that you guys take that time that you need, that time for your well-being, because your well-being matters, and I hope it matters to you as much as you want it to matter to other people. But remember, it has to matter to you first. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Trish. Trisha's segment of Trisha's Treasures. Go and listen to it as well as her music. My goodness. I've learned so much from Trisha's Treasures. Thank you, Trish. I also want to say, to the wrap up for us on this is that we did play a game, but our games were what we see about ourselves. Bringing it all together, what we learn versus what we know. When I was teaching, I never took a break. And I can see myself now. It's like, wow. When everybody else took a break, I just wanted to keep doing what I was doing. Whether it was uh, uh, trying to finish something so that we could get through the day. Wow. And I'm so very grateful for those of you who listen to me and still support me and know that I'm on a podcast. Wow. Those of you who came in and said, you never take a break. Go take a break. You work so hard. Or for those of you, and the one person especially I'm thankful to is the parent who brought me lunch. And I'm not talking about a little lunch. Would go because you lived so close to where I worked hard. And I gotta say to you, thank you. Because you made that lunch out of love and you made it with your hands. And we're not talking about a sandwich. We're talking about a tray full of food that was good. Thank you so much. And I am forever grateful for you. Thank you. We wish you wellness. You know who I'm talking to. So in a wrap, let's get well. Let's start welling ourselves and let's stay well. And let's, instead of saying we are not okay, we are learning to well ourselves. I want to thank you, all of you, from California to Italy. Thank you so much for believing in our podcast. When we're not here, we want to let you know that we're doing something for the next podcast, or we're thinking of what to do next. Thank you so much. We almost have, Trish, what, 900 videos?
Yes.
If you think you can watch that in one day, I'll challenge you. But we are thankful for you, both Trish and I. We spend many times every other Wednesday talking about what we want to do versus what we're going to do and how we want our future with the podcast and healing center to look. Last but not least is that I want to tell you something. Just because our very first center is in my hometown of the Antelope Valley, can I just say this? You all, by video, can join. If you want a session, you can do that via video. Doesn't matter where you live as long as you can be connected to video. We want to outreach to everyone. Go visit our YouTube pages, our Facebook page, our Instagram page. I guarantee that there will be something for everyone. Our Wednesday workshops, if you schedule in advance or schedule, we accept everyone. Children must be accompanied by their parents. And if you're 18 or older, you don't need your parent to come with you. And we want to say thank you for your support. If you'd like to donate to our program, because we always need things for our workshop, whatever it is, gift card, we're appreciative, art supplies, and we really still do need art supplies for our workshop, and whatever you think we'd like. You've got our address for the Healing Center, you've got our phone numbers, and if you're not sure, give us a call, even if you just want to say hi. Thank you so much for being with us at this hour and time. This is our Wednesday Wellness Workshop. Thank you also to our very own Trish for all that you do. And congratulations on your teaching. We look forward to hearing many experiences from you. Thank you so much. Until next time, be well.